the holy city, Chucktown, the Low Country. This is Charleston, South Carolina, and this is I Travel for Coffee. My name is Mike, and I'm on a mission to find the best coffee that this world has to offer. From coffee roasters to coffee shops and everything in between, this is I Travel for Coffee. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to one of my favorite, I guess you could call it a city, probably a little smaller, but one of my favorite cities here in America, Charleston, South Carolina. So very, very cool city. Obviously extremely historic and an awesome place to check out if you have never been. So what do we know about the city of Charleston, or probably more so the town of Charleston? Well, they were the first in a lot of different things. This city had the first ever four-year college. It had the first ever movie theater. This is where the first shots of America's Civil War took place, at Fort Sumter here in Charleston. So lots of history. The city is the oldest in South Carolina, so with that comes a lot of historic places and just a really cool atmosphere. You have a lot of antebellum homes here that are built that are extremely beautiful, and you will see more of that as we head into the downtown section of Charleston. So the first coffee shop we're gonna check out today is not in downtown Charleston. We will go there, don't worry. We're gonna hit the historic district. We're gonna walk through there and find some coffee as well. But this is in the north central section of Charleston, very, very close to Hampton Park. So if you were to look on Google Maps and find Hampton Park, you are going to be very close to this first coffee shop. So this one was recommended by both locals as well as people in the know of really good coffee. I'm super excited to check this out. Let's go check out Sightsee Coffee. Let's go. Sightsee Coffee here in Charleston, South Carolina. Cool little shop that is selling lots and lots of merch. I mean, hoodies, socks, you name it. They got stuff with their logo on it. So this used to be in a very smaller building. This is a newer building for them, and it's super nice inside. Like, they put a lot into this. But I got a cappuccino, and I also got a little Pop-Tart here that comes from a bakery not too far away. So I'm excited to try that. Some individuals online said that I had to get a Pop-Tart, so I'm gonna get a Pop-Tart. We're gonna give it a go. Let's taste this cappuccino and have the first sip of Charleston. That's delicious. All right, so they're using Brandywine roasters, which is out of Delaware. They are not roasting here on site. They do, though, bring in some individuals that do kind of a rotating thing once in a while, but their main roaster is Brandywine. This is super delicious. This is fruit forward, so this is not a dark espresso by any means. This definitely has that like juicy fruit taste right off the bat. Let's go for another one. I love that. That is a fantastically roasted espresso. It's got high acidity, which oftentimes you want to mix with the milk, which gives it this really drinkable taste. It is absolutely delicious. This is a really, really good cappuccino. All right, we're gonna hop into this Pop-Tart because you have to. Looks really good. I mean, looks better than a real Pop-Tart. It's got a lot more icing on it. Those things don't have a lot of icing. I don't think you're getting much at all, actually, when you get a real one. And not like I'm a Pop-Tart judge or anything, but let's see what this one's like. Oh yeah, that's super good. That's 10 times better than a boxed Pop-Tart. If you come here, get the Pop-Tart. All right, so I've pretty much devoured that Pop-Tart, and now we are left with just a little bit of the coffee. Again, this is a really well-made cappuccino. In fact, it's delicious. This is a very fruit-forward espresso that they are using. It's dialed in perfectly, so kudos to them. I know they've had a lot of strange weather down here, which sometimes can affect the machines in a lot of ways you pull, but this is amazing. They've got it dialed in perfectly. Sightsee Coffee here in Charleston, an absolute must. Come in, check them out. Really cool place to hang out for a while. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so we are currently walking through Hampton Park here, which is just a stone's throw from Sightsee. If you didn't want to have your coffee in Sightsee, which I don't know why you wouldn't, it's really super cool in there, but you want to have it outside, I highly recommend just walking across the road and heading into this awesome park. Absolutely beautiful. I can only imagine what this looks like in the spring and summer. You have Spanish moss hanging off the trees here, and it's just really, really cool place to come over, sit, and have a cup of coffee. So our second coffee location of the day today is not in downtown Charleston. In fact, we're gonna have to hop an Uber and go over the bridge to the town of Avondale. So the Avondale section of Charleston to check out Highfalutin coffee roasters. Pretty excited about this. I hear really good things. Let's go check it out. Highfalutin here in Charleston. We are actually across the bridge in Avondale. They have more than one location, but this is kind of their main location. So got a cappuccino. I think we're probably going to stick with cappuccinos today while we're in Charleston because that's how the day started. Both places recommended the cappuccino, so we're going to dive into this and see what we think. Totally different than the last one. This one is more dark chocolate tasting. It has that really, really cocoa tasting in it. This is super, super dense as far as a cappuccino goes. So the other one was very light, very fruity, very bright. This one is very dark chocolatey. There is a Guatemalan base in this coffee that brings out the flavor the most. So really, really good. If you are a dark coffee fan or you like that really chocolatey taste, This is a cappuccino for you. Very chocolatey, very dense, very flavor forward. Absolutely amazing cup of coffee here in Charleston. Highfalutin, numerous locations, so you don't have to come to this one, but I believe that this is their most popular. It's also the closest to the downtown section of Charleston. So if you're hanging out downtown, which more than likely you're in a historic district or somewhere close, this isn't very far. I think the Uber drive was about 5 minutes to get over here. Very, very worth the side trip from downtown. Highfalutin, come check it out. Super good cup of coffee. Let's move on to the next one. So we have arrived back in downtown Charleston, in the historic district here on the corner of Market and Bay Street, and we are actually at the Charleston City Market. So really, really cool market here in Charleston. Really interesting fact about this market is it was given to the city of Charleston as a promise that it would stay a market for all time. That promise was kept. It is still operating as a market today, and it is a super cool market to check out when you're in the historic district here in Charleston. In my travels, I've seen a lot of very interesting coffees, but I have never seen coffee that the blends are after very popular historical Catholic figures. So as you can see right here, very, very interesting coffee. Never saw anything quite like this. If you're into coffee and obviously anything Catholic, this is probably the coffee for you. I don't know. Very interesting. All right, so when in the Low Country, you have to try a pecan praline, which is this right here. Lady was nice enough to give me a little sample while I'm walking through the marketplace. I don't know if this is gonna be anywhere near the pralines that they have at River Street Sweets down in Savannah, but still looking forward to trying this out. So good. If you like pecans and you are a sweet person, you cannot come to the Low Country without having a praline. So good. So without question, one of the most popular items here in the Charleston City Market are the sweetgrass baskets that are made by the Gullah Geechee people that were brought here, unfortunately, during the slave trade from Central and West Africa. Very, very unique baskets. They are super cool and they are really popular. They cost a good bit, but it is something that a lot of tourists will go home with from Charleston. All right, so we are currently outside of the old Charleston jail, which is right behind me. And if this doesn't sound familiar to you, it used to hold an individual named Lavinia Fisher, who is known as America's first female serial killer. The jail is also supposed to be haunted. A lot of people have stories about seeing apparitions inside of here. It is a very historic place here in Charleston. But what it is very close to is the third coffee location that I'm really excited to feature here in Charleston. This is kind of the OG of Charleston, South Carolina. As far as coffee roasters go, they've been downtown for a very long time. Let's go check out Second State Coffee Roasters. Let's go. right, so Second State here in Charleston. This is legitimately the OG coffee roaster of Charleston. They have been here for, I think, more than 10 years. So they have been downtown for a very long time. I got a cappuccino. They do all their own roasting. This is a coffee roaster. Let's dive in because I have been actually looking forward to this one all day. That's excellent. So that is, again, a chocolate forward espresso. This one, though, unlike the last one, is a milk chocolatey taste. The other one was more like a dull, dark chocolate taste. This is a milk chocolate taste. I personally love that flavor, so I love this cappuccino. They do all the roasting on site here at Second State. They know exactly what they're doing, and this roast says it. If this is what they're using as far as their espresso in-house at their locations throughout the Charleston area, that is a damn good cup of coffee. This is an absolutely delicious, delicious cappuccino. This is how cappuccinos should be made. This should be like a baseline for where you start as far as a cappuccino. Italian cappuccinos tend to be a lot darker, which, you know, is the traditional way, but I love the milk chocolatey taste of this cappuccino. Second State, don't miss it. They are scattered all throughout Charleston. Definitely want to check them out. Let's move on to our fourth and final coffee location here in Charleston, South Carolina. One thing that I absolutely love about the city of Charleston are the alleyways and the courtyards that connect behind the main streets. If you do not know about that, it is one of the coolest features of the city of Charleston, is you can just follow these little cobblestone alleys and streets. They connect to other main thoroughfares, but they are kind of hidden little courtyard walks, and Philadelphia Avenue is one of those, and we're gonna go check that alley out right now. So there are lots of these tiny little alleyways that lead to really pretty courtyards and little hidden spots here in Charleston. A lot of times you can look them up online and maybe find a map of each one, but they are super cool. They are all unique, and it's definitely something that I highly recommend everybody explores. Even if you're just here for an evening and you need something to do, go out, find the alleys, get lost, get yourself a cup of coffee, and just have yourself a good time. They are super cool. They're usually brick lined like this one is here, and just really, really neat to check them out. We are heading to our fourth and final coffee destination here in Charleston, and it is up on the east side section of the city. So we are going to go check out Profit Coffee Roasters. Let's go check them out. so we are at Profit Coffee here in downtown Charleston. So this is their new location. They are normally from North Charleston, where they have a location that's been there for a fair amount of years. The locals really enjoy Profit. In fact, when we were doing our filming today and we were asking individuals where should we go, Profit kept coming up over and over and over again. So we are excited to feature Profit on the channel today because it is a local favorite. One thing about Profit is they will not use dairy milk, so you have to do a milk alternative. Today we got a cappuccino, sticking with cappuccino the whole way through, but made with oat milk. I'm excited to try it. It looks delicious. Let's dive in. Really good. That's a very smooth espresso. It is another one that has a high acidity and a little bit of fruit taste to it. Gonna go into another little sip here. Really well balanced. That's a deliciously well balanced coffee. Not really acidic at first, but on the back end you get that acid. So this is a really tasty espresso. It's really hard sometimes with milk alternatives to bring the espresso flavor out because oat milk, coconut milk, soy milk, they all have their own characteristics as far as taste goes, which sometimes muffles the espresso. Having a good espresso like this that actually shines through that is really, really something good. You are roasting at a different level if you are able to bring that flavor out over top of those types of milks. Really good, really good. Props to them for making such a great drink with a milk alternative. I think it's fantastic. I would definitely go out of my way to check out Profit. Again, 2 locations in Charleston, not one that you should miss. Old House, they're playing Return of the Jedi on VHS over here. There's a lady behind me in a picture with drawn on tattoos. Like, the vibe's amazing, that's for sure. Check out Profit anytime you're in Charleston, one in the north, one down here in downtown. Enjoy. All right, so we are back in downtown Charleston on the waterfront here. Just left Profit Coffee up in the east side. What a cool place. That's like an old house made into an awesome little coffee shop. Great people working there, fantastic coffee. With that said though, what was my favorite coffee of the day? What is the best here in Charleston? That goes out to Second State. I thought it was really, really amazing, and it's right here in downtown Charleston. If you're hanging out downtown, it's probably the closest one to you. So Second State Coffee was my favorite coffee of the day. If you enjoy this type of content, I ask that you please like, subscribe, follow along below. I would really love the support. If you're into travel, you're into coffee, look no further. Also follow me on Instagram. I have an Instagram out there, I Travel for Coffee, same name, logo. Check it out. I always release some little sneak peeks of where we're gonna go next and some trailers for the videos that are coming up, so you'll always be informed on what is happening in the I Travel for Coffee world. As always, coffee connects us. It brings us together. So sit down with somebody, have a cup of coffee, and just talk for a while. This is I Travel for Coffee. See you, everybody.